John Butler here, and my special guest today is Sean Gleason. Sean is the CEO and commissioner of the Professional Bull Riders Association. Sean, welcome to the show.
Good to be on. Thanks, John.
Well, you guys have had quite a ride.
Yeah.
Pun intended. I really enjoy going to the events, and I was really glad that you were able to come back alive after the COVID situation. You've had, I guess you were one of the first sports back, weren't you?
We were the last one to go down with an event in Duluth, Georgia in mid-March, and the first one back mid-April with the closed events for TV. Yeah, so I think we were first back.
Yeah. Well, I attended the one over at Dickey's Arena in Fort Worth with my grandkids.
Oh, nice. Seems like a lifetime ago.
I bet for you, yeah, especially.
Yeah.
So, well, you got a really big event coming up at AT&T Stadium. That's coming up here, well, very soon.
Next week.
Yeah.
We'll be. I'll be heading down there this weekend and getting ready for the event. It's the 12th through the 15th at AT&T Stadium, and first time we've held a World Finals outside of the city of Las Vegas.
Yeah, and I want to talk more about that, about the event, and also moving it from Las Vegas. But if you would, first of all, just give the people that are watching and listening a little bit of background. Well, first of all, on yourself, how you got to come to this position and with the Professional Bull Riders Association.
Yeah, I've actually been with the PBR for 21 years, so that is a lifetime ago. Yeah. Prior to that, I ran the sports division of a computer game company, made sports computer games, and spent some time in the music business. But while I was at Sierra Online, I made a bull riding computer game and met all the guys that started the PBR probably 24, 25 years ago now, and fell in love with it and then made a career of it a few years later.
That's fascinating. So from a video game simulated to the real thing.
Yeah, we were working with all the major sports, NFL, NBA, NASCAR. We made traditional sports games, and I was looking for something to break into that was a little more niche and a little different than the traditional big stick and ball sports, and found PBR and saw how it resonated with the fans and how much they were passionate about the sport, and it seemed like a good computer game to make. And so we made two versions of that before I left and joined PBR.
Well, tell us a little bit about the origins of PBR, Professional Bull Riders Association.
Yeah, so PBR started in the mid-90s. 20 bull riders, the top guys in the world, broke away from PRCA and Pro Rodeo and created their own entity, PBR, with the dream and goal of creating a future for bull riders that allowed them to be professional athletes. At the time, they were beating themselves up and literally dying. Most of the founders were very close with Lane Frost after he passed away in the arena in Cheyenne. And so they wanted to create something that was an opportunity for them, but also something that would deliver a legacy for bull riders so that they could conduct themselves as professional athletes and really not have to worry about the career aspects of it as in being a professional. And to say we've exceeded their wildest dreams is an understatement. I think we've really come a long way in the 26 years that PBR has been in existence. And so now it is a sport that our athletes are making millions of dollars. We're filling up stadiums from Madison Square Garden to the Staples Center in LA and AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah, it is amazing, and that really blew me away the first time I went to an event, actually at AT&T Stadium. How many fans that you have, and I was just really blown away. What's your largest attendance ever?
That event in in AT&T Arena a few years back, I believe it was the first year of the PBR Global Cup. We had 54,000 fans in that building. And I think that makes it the biggest Western sports event for a single performance ever too. So across the board, at least that's what Brett Hoffman from Fort Worth told me. So, it's a pretty great accomplishment for us. And, they're not rodeo fans largely. They're, fans that are certainly interested in the Western lifestyle, but we've been able to use PBR to introduce a lot of new fans to the Western lifestyle and Western sports.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think you're exactly right. It's rodeo fans plus a whole lot more. And
Yeah.
I've told this story before, but I'll just tell you real quick. When I took my grandkids, which like they were 5 and 7 at the time, and I thought, okay, well we're gonna walk around and get a hot dog, whatever. They'll be bored. They were glued. Absolutely
Yeah.
did not want to leave.
Yeah, it's been a joy for me to watch, literally watch kids grow up that their parents brought them, 20 years ago when I started, and now they're, 25 and 26-year-old kids, and they're still fanatics, and they always remind me, yeah, I met you when I was 5, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember you. But it's been great to watch generations just kind of grow up around the sport.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and anybody who attends, I think they're hooked. It's a fast-paced event, the way you have it set up, the way you did in AT&T Stadium, and then also in Dickey's arena over in Fort Worth, it was a more intimate setting.
Yeah.
It's fast-paced. It's a really good show.
Yeah, well, we put a lot of investment into entertainment, and you have to do that in this day and age with attention spans the way they are, and
yeah,
especially to attract a casual fan. But I always say that we get them to give us trial with the sizzle, and then we hook them with the sport, because it's burning dirt and pyro and a whole lot of pyrotechnics in every bull ride. And then when they start to engage with the athletes and understand who these young men are that are riding these bulls and putting their lives on the line, they get hooked on the sport, and that's when we have them for life.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if you're going to open again with the eagle flying around AT&T Stadium. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we got the eagle on, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. I've been so busy working on the 2021 schedule and other things that we have to deal with in these challenging times that my crew has planned out all the openings, which is the first time in history that I haven't had my thumbprint on all of our openings. So we'll see how they do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you moved it from Las Vegas. It's always been in Las Vegas, and you moved it to AT&T Stadium for November the 12th through the 15th. Tell us why and how that came about.
Well, we've been in Las Vegas since the inception of the PBR. The World Finals have been started out at MGM Grand Garden, moved to Thomas and Mack, and then a few years ago we moved to T-Mobile Arena and signed a long-term deal with T-Mobile in the city of Las Vegas. But Governor Sisolak in the state of Nevada has been very cautious about his protocols and guidance for businesses in his state being able to open up. And we waited as long as we could, and then ultimately realized that our plan was not going to be approved, and we'd submitted multiple iterations of safe and responsible plans to Governor Sisolak and the health authorities, and it just wasn't meant to be. So in an 8-day period, we announced that we couldn't go to Las Vegas, and put a deal together with the state of Texas and the Dallas Cowboys and AT&T Stadium, and here we are. We're a week away.
Well, Texas likes to say they're open for business, so I know everybody's glad to have you.
And it's a heart of cowboy country. You couldn't get I've said in a couple interviews, it's like getting kicked in the ass with a golden horseshoe. If you're gonna get kicked, you want it to be with a golden horseshoe, and that's exactly what happened landing at AT&T Stadium. So not being able to have it in Vegas is a little bit of a bummer for us, because it's our second home for the World Finals. But what a place to land! Heart of Cowboys country and Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Yeah, you got the stadium, you got Dallas, all the restaurants, resources, and then of course Fort Worth is Texas with the
absolutely. And we're doing a $750,000 women's rodeo world championship event, something we dreamed up a while ago, and that's all happening in Fort Worth at the Will Rogers Complex. So we'll be all over town with activities. So.
Hey, Sean, thanks for taking time to visit with us. And we want to close by just inviting everybody out to the big event.
Absolutely. Please join us at AT&T Stadium. We've got tickets available It's probably going to be the most cost-effective opportunity for any fan to attend the PBR World Finals. And we've got open seats because we're in a pretty big building. So come on out. It's safe, responsible. You can keep yourselves healthy and enjoy some PBR.
Okay. And how do people get tickets? Where do they get tickets?
I believe that they need to go through the AT&T Stadium box office and SeatGeek. It's all electronic ticketing, no paper tickets. But it's pretty easy process to buy tickets either in advance or on site at the box office.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you very much for taking time to visit with us. Sean Gleason, the Commissioner and CEO of the Professional Bull Riders Association. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you for having me on.